has gone out. Some will win and some will lose. Nothing much else to say. Thought I was searching for something. Door has closed, not a sound. Take a look how I am now. Still I'm falling, don't speak. Will you please slow down? Slow down. Slow down. Slow
Hey, John is down under. Hope you're well. No one watching, no one in the chat. Just a random thing. So what's been happening? I've had a really rough week. So's my family. Obviously had my house inspection, which was fine. That passed. That was good. There was a lot of stress leading up to it because I hate inspections. Hate having to clean up. So that was the first bit of stress that I had. And then I sat there and the next bit of stress is that Gingy got out. Gingy got out and he was missing for 4 days. My little mate, my little sidekick, he keeps me grounded. You know what I mean? He's my little mate that keeps me grounded. So he went missing. He came back. When did he come back? When did you come back, Gingy? He's cleaning himself now. He's just had dinner. He came back and it's been 4 days, obviously. So Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. Yep, Sunday night. Sunday. Or was it Saturday? Maybe it was Saturday. Maybe it was only 3 days. But anyway, regardless, he came back. I put some food out there, put my T-shirt out there, a fresh T-shirt out every single day. I left food out there. And then on the Saturday night, late Saturday night, I heard this noise and I went out there and, well, actually, I noticed, so first of all, I noticed that some of the food was gone. And because Gingy eats the way he eats certain food, I put out one of his favourite foods that I know that he'll eat all the jelly, but he won't eat the actual meat part of it. So, yeah. So he ate that and left it, and that's how I knew it was him. And then I heard a meow, and I went, is that Gingy? Is that him? You know, look, because it sounded him. You think that it might be him or not. So, and it was him. Then I saw him. I saw what I thought was him, and it bolted into the next door area, which is to my right. It's a vacant block of land that was once this block of land has subdivided the property. So, yeah, and it bolted into the grass. It was quite dark. I didn't have a torch or anything. And I thought it might have been the stray cat that comes here sometimes. And then I just come back in and I was upset again, distraught again, because as I mentioned to Barry and Laura and Kalisha and even my mum, I said, look, if he went away and I knew that he was safe, as much as it would hurt me, as long as I knew he was safe and not hurt, that would have been enough for closure for me. Because there's nothing worse than not having closure with something. So basically, if he he was passed away. I walked around the block several times looking for him, and like literally, I must have not aroused. That's not the word. Heightened my neighbours in the neighbourhood's attention. Me walking around with a hoodie on because autumn has finally kicked in. It's starting to get a bit cooler, so I put my jacket on and hoodie, and I just walked around a bit. One came in and one went away. So, but yeah, I think I did about all total. I did 18 blocks, and I walked around most of my hometown, walking around, and yeah. So, but it was good. It was good that he finally came up the stairs and he finally meowed and the door was open. I let him in. He came straight in. I fed him. I gave him cuddles. The first thing I did was I took a photograph of me and him and I sent it to Laura, Barry, Kalisha, and my mum because they're the ones that were there for me, through this, and I really do appreciate. Hey, Bridget, how are you? I'm just an emotional person at the moment. So it's good to have Gingy back. Obviously, people who are in the know my mum lives in Taree. She wasn't directly impacted by the floods, but indirectly she was. Yeah, I'm okay. I got a few things going through my mind. I'm just gonna hash them out here for a bit. But yeah, it was really hard not having the cat here. It was really hard not having him here. And like I've never really depended on an animal so much in my life. Like people who know how the way I got Gingy, whether people believe that in an afterlife or whatever, that's each person's individual. Like he was there at one of my lowest points in my life. Like I've had a lot of lows in my life, but I sort of lose my dad, then obviously a relationship breaking up, several years later, it all gets to you. I mean, and then sort of having to be by myself for a while, that really shocked me out. So basically I sat there and he and like sounds weird, but I dreamt that my dad spoke to me in my dream. So I'm not saying I spoke to my dad because that would be insane because my dad's passed away. But whenever I sleep, I see him. He talks to me, and I know how my dad talks to me because he's spoken to me for 23 years of my life. Because my dad was. Hang on, how did I work it? Did I work it out the other day? So 2010. Yeah. 47. Can't even do my maths. Head's really clouded with a lot of things. Someone messaging me. Sorry, I'll turn that on silent. I have messaged. I haven't really sent it. Sorry, I'm just trying to work out how many years, how old I was. Wow. Okay. Oh yeah. No, I was 32 when Dad passed away. I was 32. So Dad's been gone now for 15 years. How time flies. So anyway, moving along. That like I spoke to my dad, and I said to my dad, like, I feel alone, Dad. What should I do? And he goes, well, you remember Moses. And I kept thinking about my cat Moses. Now people might laugh at this, but the reason my childhood cat was named Moses is because my mum and dad found him drowning in a puddle of water, and Mum said, "Well, Moses came out. Moses was the baby that was floating down the water, and they pulled him out of the water and saved him. So I'm going to call him Moses." So they called him Moses, and it was he was a childhood cat. Probably the first animal that I had to say goodbye to in my life. So it was really sad. Excuse me, sad. So yeah, so that just goes Moses, and that's why I went, okay, all right, I'll go looking for a cat. Anyway, I went in and I found a cat. Your dad died in 2010 as well. Wow. Yeah, my dad passed away 2010, August the 10th, 2010. And my dad's two favourite teams won the grand final that year, St George and Sydney Swans. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, I went up to the pet store. One of the pet stores I walked in and said, "Do you have any kittens? Kittens or cats?" I said, "I'm not phased. I'm not phased whether it's a kitten or a cat." And I said, and she goes, "Oh yeah, no kittens. We've got dogs." I said, "What kind of dogs to live in a unit?" So, I'm only approved to have a cat. So, you can't really keep a dog in the unit. It's not very fair because dogs have to go outside to go to the bathroom, whereas cats can use the litter. So, mind you, it still smells. It does become smelly, so it's not immune to smell. But oh, that's weird. Yeah. So anyway, I went up to the other pet store, and I sat there and I walked in. There was a cat there, and the cat looked at me and went, "Yeah, whatever." Anyway, this little cat was gingy, this big, this little tiny thing. Poked his head out, and I went, "What are you doing, mate?" And he looked at me, and he went shy. Anyway, I sat down and I said, "Come here." He didn't come. And I went, "Okay, maybe he's not the cat," because cats choose their owners, not owners choose their cats. It sounds really weird because you can buy a cat and you can try and keep it. If it doesn't want to be with you, it won't be. It won't be attentive to you or anything. It won't get used to you. It might only attach to you because you feed it. But you can tell a cat if they're going to be your cat, like they'll really, gel with you. So anyway, I went, you know what? That's it. Okay, so I went. Our dogs live inside, and we trained them on a mat with that fake grass stuff. Oh, cool, Bridget. That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard of those puppy mats and all that. There's puppy pee pads and all that. So, but yeah, just I live upstairs. I live on the second floor, so like sort of, it wouldn't be fair to the animal to have to bark every time it wanted to go outside, and I wouldn't want to clean up I'm not a small dog person. It sounds weird, but I'm not really a small dog person. I like to have a dog. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, I just want a dog. So, hey, Gareth, how are you, man? Boroda. It is Boroda there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to be on. I had to work last night to 1800, and I had to start at 0500 this morning. Just there's a lot running through my mind that I just want to off my chest, and yeah. So yeah. Anyway, you know what? I went back. Yeah. Anyway, I get sidetracked easily. Yeah, Bridget. So yeah, anyway, I went back the second day, and I went, you know what? Okay, if he's meant to be with me, actually no, sorry. Yeah, so he was a bit shy. He did come out. He did lick my finger. That's right. Sorry, pardon me. I have missed out on one step. He didn't come out the first time I called him because they kept on saying mango, mango, mango. And I went, oh, is that what he's? I said, no, that was, no, sorry. Fast forward. The day I went in there, his name was Gingy. It said Gingy, Gingie. So Gingy. And I sat down and went, oh, great, Gingy. All right. So I went, Gingy, and didn't come. He looked, he knew his name, and he's even looking at his ears go, when I call that name. Yeah, I'm okay, Gareth. I don't know. Yeah, working for it. I just had a bad couple of days. So, which I haven't shared the rest of it. Yeah, anyway, his name was Gingy. Anyway, I went back the next. I sat down. I went to the lady. I said, you know what? I don't get paid till tomorrow. So look, can you hold him? She said, no, we can't hold him unless you put a deposit in. I said, oh well, I don't get paid till tomorrow. That was back then. I don't get paid the next day. Anyway, so I sat there, went back in the next day, and I looked and there was no cat in the cage, which I didn't know that he was sitting behind. Anyway. I looked at the name and it said Mango, and I went, oh. I said, oh, I guess he's gone now. Anyway, he poked his little head out, and I went Mango, and he just looked at me and went, like, what are you doing? I went Gingy, and he ran straight to me, straight up. He ran straight to me, and the lady sat there and goes, oh, what a beautiful cat. And I said, I remember. Is your okay's mate? Huh? Okay's mate. Huh? Is your okay's mate? Is I okay? I think that's what you're asking. I'm okay. I just got is your cat's name mate? No, my cat's name is my cat. It doesn't matter. I think you're asking, is my cat okay? Yeah, he's okay. He's fine. He's fine. He's alive. He's sitting. He's back on his crown. He's back on his whatever you call it, throne. Yeah, it's all good. I think I got what you were saying. Yeah, he's okay. He's sitting there. Yeah, he's fine. He's alive. Well, bit tattered and bit wise. He doesn't want to go outside now, which is good. Yeah, 4 amazing people watching. Thank you. Watching me my words up. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, I called him Gingy, and then the lady just goes, oh, what a beautiful cat. And I remember the words I dropped was, and I'm a bit ashamed of myself, I said, piss off his mind. Oh, you're in St Kilda. Wow. Hey, Laura, how are you? Yeah. So I haven't shared the link enough. I'll just get some stuff off my chest, and yeah. So yeah, basically he came back and I bought him, and I brought him home, and he was really shy, and then basically we've been inseparable since then. So, St Kilda, St Kilda, South Australia. Oh wow, okay. There's a St Kilda in South Australia. I didn't know that. I thought St Kilda was Melbourne. Yeah, I'm RS. I finished work at 1:30. Had to drop my friend off, and then I came back home because I got my car rented due on Tuesday, and I've got to do repairs. Not major repairs, but just a few things done before Tuesday. I tried to book it in today, couldn't do it. Tried to book it in for Monday, couldn't do it. So it's got to go Tuesday, and it runs out midnight Tuesday. So that's cutting the fine again. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, I brought him home, and he's been everywhere with me. with me. So, like when we went down to Grandma's, and Grandma, he walked up to Grandma, which is very unusual because there's only 2 females that is really gelled with 100%. And that was Grandma and Kalisha, to the point where I'm invisible when Kalisha's here. So I'm extremely invisible. And he pouts when Kalisha goes home. Yeah, you don't have inspections. Yeah, that's right. That's why if we buy a car, that's why we were going to buy a car in South Australia once, and I thought, wow, it's cheap. And they said by the time I got it to New South Wales, I would have to go for a blue slip, and they're very strict because your cars don't get inspected. So yeah, he pines like Melbourne. Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah. So, and I went down to Grandma's, and you know what? Even to the point where I was going through photographs the other day, just because the project I'm working on requires a few photographs for reference. He smelt my grandmother. He smelt my grandmother's, because they're my grandmother's photographs. Obviously, even after all these years, I'm pretty sure Grandma's scent's still on there. So, yeah, I keep ripping stuff. I keep destroying things with my hands. I've got to keep my hands busy. Yeah, so, and then I started crying because he started smelling, and he was walking around, looking in the air, and I'm thinking, wow, is Grandma here? Oh, you was an inspector with 6 years. Cool. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, he came down with Grandma's, and he smelled the Grandma's photograph, so that got both him and me teary. So, yeah. So, that was the first thing that happened. So, basically, during my drive around, I went for a drive after looking around for him with driving, walking, etc., etc. I couldn't find him, so I went for a drive. Just to drive out the back, just a bit of not bush bashing, but in the bush. So it was on Sealed Road, and my canopy came off the back of my car. So and it smashed into. It did a lot of damage to the canopy. So the canopy's gone. It's right off. It's no good. Broken. Broken bits of fiberglass everywhere because I hit a massive pothole, and because it was tied down by straps, and it just went all over the road. And I just said to Julie, who is right beside me, that I want to head home because I miss my dogs. So I don't think you're weird at all. We love our fur babies. Yeah. Bushwhacking, yeah. Hey, Rural Sounds. How are you, man? Thanks for joining. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So the canopy came off. Bugger. I do have a spare canopy, but it's not as good as the one I got. So I actually spent a bit of money on that one. Anyway, I'm so glad it didn't hurt anybody else. Although it did break some stuff on the road. But yeah, so I had to go back and I had to retrieve that, which then caused me to run out of fuel. That was fun. Not. So anyway, yeah, that was a long walk back to get fuel, and yeah. And then basically, because Mum's down in Taree, they had I've got a new canopy already, or not a new one, but I've got another one. I had a spare one, but it's not as good as the original one, so I don't really have the funds to go buy another one. So it's just going to be what it is until I can save up to buy another one. So that's fine. And that's life. It's not a deal breaker. You know what I mean? It was just sad to lose the other one and the way it went. And I'm just so glad it didn't hurt anybody or kill anybody, because that would have been a lot worse off story. Yeah. So that was that, and then ran out of fuel. Had to go walk to the fuel station, which was a long walk. Long walk, and then fuel it up, and then pick up all the pieces, and then had to take it to the tip before I had the inspection. That was fun. But anyway, that was that, and basically, mum was facing a lot of water down there. Like mum's safe where she is. Like if it flooded there, you pretty much, probably half of east coast of Australia is under because it's pretty high up where she is. But my son was out on watch, and I had the weirdest dream, which I don't like having. I don't like having certain dreams. Yeah. I'm scared when I have dreams about my family members because sometimes they come true. So it's quite, for me, I dreamt, and like, call it conspiracy theory. It's open to your own interpretation and opinion. But before my dad passed away, 6 months before my dad passed away, so 12 months before my dad passed away, I wasn't talking to him. I wasn't talking to my dad. We didn't talk. We didn't interact. Yeah. But then 6 months before he passed away, several months before then. Anyway, at least 12 months before he passed away, I wasn't talking to him at all. We had an argument. Potential fraud. Shall I answer it? No, I'm not going to even answer it. You can go away. Piss off. My internet's going down. Why is my internet going down? Anyway, blambling on. Yeah. So anyway, at least 6 months before to the date that my dad passed away, I dreamt I didn't dream how he was going to pass away, but I knew he was going to pass away, and I became very close to him in the last 6 months. I never got to say goodbye to my dad because my brother rang me up and he said to me, "Are you sitting down?" And I said, "Yeah." "What's wrong? What's wrong?" He said, "No, are you sitting down?" I said, "Yeah, I'm sitting down. What's wrong?" Well, I wasn't. I was standing up. I lied to him, but I just wanted him to talk to me because he rang me at work and it's not usual for him to work. And my brother just goes, "Dad's dead." And I went, "Yeah." He goes, "Dad's dead." I went, "What?" He goes, "Dad's dead. He died." I went, "Really? You're not?" He goes, "What would I joke about?" I went, "Well, I guess you wouldn't know." Anyway, and like people say, "Well, you dreamt about it 6 months before your dad actually died. How come you didn't tell anybody?" And I went, "I tried to. I tried to tell my mum. I tried to tell my brother, and I couldn't tell them. Like I tried to tell them that it was, what was going to happen. I couldn't even tell my dad. I tried. I physically tried, but the words wouldn't come out of my mouth. I couldn't say it. Maybe it was my body being in denial. Maybe it was my body just saying, "Hey, it's just a dream. Forget about it. Don't worry about it." Because we all have nightmares. I've had nightmares. I've dreamt about family members. It hasn't happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, because my dad's, we think my dad had several heart attacks before his actual big heart attack that killed him, right? But one of the heart attacks that was actually registered that he survived, my brother rang me up and I just said to him, "Dad's had a heart attack." And he goes, "How'd you know?" And I went, "I don't know. I just, I just said, "Oh, my dad's had a heart attack." He goes, "Yeah." So I said there, I said, and anyway, my ex-wife and myself at that time, we got taken to Liverpool Hospital, which is in Sydney. And sorry, no. Yes, it was Liverpool. Sorry, it was Liverpool Hospital. He was there because my auntie was working there at the time too. So was it Liverpool Hospital? And then he had stents put in. He had 2 stents put in. He was 93% blocked in one aorta. So they basically put a stent in there to open it up. Now, my dad was never smoked in his life, never touched a cigarette in his life. He was a very, 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 very social drinker. Like, basically, I could probably tell you, on one hand, I could probably tell you how many times I saw my dad drunk. It was probably maybe 2 times, and it was both New Year's Eve. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, moving along to basically the cat. The cat's very important to me. So he's something that's here with me. You know what I mean? Like I love Kalisha, I love Laura, I thanks, Bridget. Safe drives, safe drives. Oops, that's my headphones going flat. I don't really need them because I'm not really talking about it at the moment. Just myself. I can hear my own voices in my head. Yeah. So basically, the cat, he's been there for me, and as I said, I love Laura, I love Barry, I love Kel. Kel's obviously my partner in crime. Barry's like my wingman, and Laura's like my sister. You know what I mean? Like I find these people very comforting to talk to, and I can approach them, with any problems. And Barry and Laura are very honest and open with me, and they're not afraid to tell me, pull your head in or shut up, or basically the virtual slap in the face to say, hey, don't overthink it. And I know I can even hear Laura saying it to me right in my head now. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink things. But that's me. I've always overthink things to the point I even bought a T-shirt and I said, yes, I am going to overthink it. Oh, man, my gut's getting big. They are an awesome bunch of people. You're awesome. All my members are awesome. Whether you've been gifted a membership or you've paid for a membership, or even if you don't have a membership, you're just as important. It's just an opportunity for me to make a bit of money so I can keep the YouTube thing going. I'm going to do it regardless. So if I didn't have one person membership, I'd still be doing it. Because this is my journey. This is why I created the channel. I created the channel to, yeah. So, I'm losing them. There's 2 people. I'm losing them. Yeah, I overthink. Like if someone doesn't reply to a message, or they haven't read it, or there's only one tick there, I overthink things. And because certain people are a little bit. When I say they're a little bit more important, it doesn't mean they're more important than anybody else. It just means that they're my first go-to. They're like my BFFs, my best friend forever. You know what I mean? And no secret at all. Besides Kel, I'm very close to Barry and I'm very close to Laura, and like to the point where I developed a friendship with them both, to the point where like I trust them with anything of mine. I could trust them with. Like, I know exactly where Barry works. I know everything about him. He knows everything about me pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, we sometimes we know too much about each other. You know what I mean? Same with Laura. We sometimes know too much about each other. But the fact of the matter is that we can be open, we can be honest, and we've spoken to each other, warts and all. You know what I mean? We're not, and it's great. I've never thought that I could have a friendship with people overseas such a way. You know what I mean? Like, they both got my phone numbers. We both talk on WhatsApp, Dark, WhatsApp. I've even spoken to Laura on the phone, and like, it's raining. Oh, lovely. No. You take Danny to the loo, you do. I can personally say, hand on heart, I've heard Laura pee. And it's just, and then I've heard Laura fart. She says, sorry, I'm not sorry. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. That's the thing you do. Like, I've got 2 sisters. I've got 2 older sisters that are no longer alive. Catherine and I forget my other. Louise. Is it Louise? I think it's Louise and Catherine. I have to ask my mum. I never met them. Obviously, I'm mum's rainbow baby because I'm the baby that replaced mum's miscarriage. So mum calls me her rainbow baby, and believe it or not, I have a rainbow baby myself because my son is my youngest son, Gabriel. He's a rainbow baby because he is the child that was born after my ex-partner or his mum, or just his mum. We had a miscarriage, and the baby was due when my son was born. So yeah, around that time. So he's called a rainbow baby. So yeah, he was the light, the rain, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I guess. Yeah. Anyway, what was up to? Only Laura Barry, Kel, excuse me. Oh, sorry, probably. Yeah, I've literally heard Laura P. I've heard Barry fart. I've heard, yeah. Like, and those two, they've been there for me. Like if I know that all I have to do is message one of them, and regardless, like the time difference, they get back to me when they want to, when they can. It's like, oh no, I know exactly what Laura's now thinking. My mum always said she came home with the wrong big feet. Well, yeah. My brother was born the same day as my cousin. So, yeah, they were born in the same hospital. My brother was born at lunchtime, and you know how we know he was born at lunchtime? Because pretty much, if you look at photographs of my brother since he's been able to hold his own food, there's not one single solitary photograph where he's not eating food. He's always seems to be eating food. Every single photograph. Ice blocks, chips, lollies, cream buns, whatever. He's doing it. They said the same thing about me. My mum used to say to me, "Oh yeah, I brought the wrong baby home." Blah blah blah. But I look exactly like my dad. Like I'm a spitting image of my dad. Like if I was to put a photograph of my dad right beside me right now, you would think we're brothers. And we used to get mistaken for brothers. Before my dad had the heart attack, he didn't have any grey facial hair, nothing. He was dark. And me too. I've put on grey hairs even in the last couple of days. I've got white hairs now. So even on the side of my head, I've developed white hairs, which is quite scary. In the last couple of days, I'm very regularly checking. I'm very, very proud of my hair, even to the point where I love having my ponytail. I love having my hair long, but I'm starting to recede. So if I start to go bald, I'm going clippers. I'm not gonna be that guy that has the balding head and the ponytail. I don't want to be that man. Yeah. So, like if you don't know, I'm a father of 5 children, 2 boys and 3 girls. My eldest is 25 this year, which makes me feel really old. And my youngest is 16. So she just turned 16, and my eldest son, he's got a daughter. I've got a granddaughter. And my other children don't have kids yet, but they're old enough to have kids. So, yeah, joys are getting old. Well, see, I'm lucky, Gareth. I'm lucky. I'm the only male over the age of 18 that still has my hair. Like, my younger brother's balding. My cousins are balding. My second cousins are balding. Wow, yeah. Like I thought about dying. My daughter, my second oldest daughter, she wants me to dye it. Not because I have to, but she makes me so cold. So I think it's just because it's really long too. So, but it's nice and soft. It's really soft. I've been using some treatment. I've been having it treated with the moisturizer, so it's really soft. Like it's usually really bristly. Still got that bristly feel, but it's really soft, really, really soft. Yeah. Well, it's good. You're okay, Laura. You can get away with doing your hair platinum blonde or silver. It suits you to have your hair silver. Me, I don't know. I don't like the thought of me being grey. Just do a beard comb over. Here you go. Hey, Dinkum. Dinkum's probably thinking, what the fuck? How did I become a member? You won a membership, brother. I gave out 5 free memberships 2 lives ago, I think. Yeah, and you got one. Yeah. It's just a random thing, but yeah. You can see. Actually, if you haven't, well, obviously I don't know if you do watch the videos. I don't know if you watch the videos, Dinkum, but if you watch those cyclone videos, even if you fast forward them, you would recognize some of the places in the videos. Obviously, even Jane would recognize some of the places in the videos. So, because very close to certain people. Yeah. Yeah. What else? So the canopy fell off. That shattered. Got another canopy. Then my mum rang me up and goes, Kate, who's my son's girlfriend, horse had to be put down. The vet had to shoot it because it got entangled. And it during the floods, it got entangled with something. You cut off your beard. Holy Toledo! What the hell? Oh no! I don't think I've seen you without a beard, Gareth, have I? You're not gonna look like Callum or something, are you? Like clean shaven, like 12-year-old. I do. I look very young when I have no beard. I look way younger. Oh, it's weird. Yeah, babyface killer. Yeah. So yeah, they had to. Their horse. I don't know something. As far as my mum messaged, I rang mum and sort of said, "It's incognito mode." Yeah. You have to be like Wilson behind the fence where he goes, "Hello, neighbor." He showed his beard off on suit, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah. So Kate's horse had to be euthanized. They shot it because it got entangled, and then my brother sent me a message the other day, and he had to put his dog Hunter down. Hunter was a Great Dane cross something. I think Great Dane cross Ridgeback. He was a massive animal, like massive. He never had any ridge. He had. Oh no, was it? Maybe it was a Great Dane cross something else. Anyway, all I know is a big ass dog. It was a big ass dog that, if it wags its tail, it gave you a beating. Like it literally, like it would whip you. Like it feel like you're being hit by Indiana Jones whip. And he had big paws, like massive, like we're talking massive paws, and yeah, and yes, it was big barking eggs. He did lay big barking eggs as well, yeah. So, but he had to put him down. He was 13 or 14, so he had a good innings, yeah, yeah, yeah. So. Yeah, it's just been a rough couple of days, you know. Oh, okay. Those dogs don't live very long, like 7 years max. Really? Wow. So he obviously outdid his thing. So I'm pretty sure he was a Great Dane cross something. Actually, I don't know. I actually might even actually have a photograph of it. He might have one. I don't know if he's got. I don't know if he's got one on. My brother's got 2 Facebooks. Don't ask me. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. He looks like if he was. He looks like Scooby Doo. So obviously, if people don't know Scooby Doo, he was a Great Dane. I'll get rid of my brother's name, so I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. There he is. Focus. There you go. So that's him. That was Hunter. So yeah, like he's a massive. He was like a massive dog. Like when he stood up, it was like we used to. I used to put like a doll on his back and make him look like he was a yeah. I hope my brother's not watching. Might get upset. Yeah. He was a beautiful dog. That's the only. Well, my cat does get along with dogs, but he I didn't trust Hunter because Hunter's. I don't think maybe it was Dalmatian. I don't know. He doesn't have the spots though, so. Oh, there it is. I'll see if there's any photographs of him. Oh yeah, that's him with my brother. Ah, fuck this shit. Maybe it was, but bloody hell, if he did have a Kelpie, you poor bloody Kelpie having to birth him. He was a massive dog. So bloody it disappeared. I'm going to turn this background off. There we are. Yeah. So that's him. That's him and my brother. That's when he was a puppy. Believe it or not, that's when my brother first got him. He's a puppy there. Although I don't really think he grew up. So like I'll have to take the kid out of it. But like this is how bloody sport the bloody dog was. The bloody used to sit on the bloody lounge and bloody with his own bloody blanket. You just poofed your mic up. Hey. Hello? Poofed my mic up? No, I'm talking. Did I? Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. I don't think I did. Did I? Hello? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. There's another one, my brother. Fucking big ass dog. That thing bloody. Oh, it's okay now. Yeah, I've probably just. Yeah, it was bloody fucking massive. And my brother. Yeah. So I can see the Kelpie in him. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, Stinkum. Yeah, I think I've got the same thing Matt's got, so it's a bit sensitive. Yeah. Yeah. I guess he does look like a Kelpie, doesn't he? He does. He's got that Kelpie, the eyebrows and the tan thing. Yeah, Kelpie. Yeah, that's a clearer photo. So yeah. So I'm actually gonna focus. Anyway, you get the idea. Yeah. So yeah, when my brother used to take for a walk, and my brother's big, my brother he's solid, like he's big boy. He's got a lot of beef. He get dragged. Used to look after a friend's Roddy. I don't think. Yeah, see, that's what I thought it was. I thought he was crossed with a Rottweiler because he has the Rottweiler's colours, because the Rottweilers are black and tan as well, and they've got the short things. It might have been a Rottweiler, maybe. I'll actually have to confirm that with my brother. All I know is he's a Great Dane. He was a Great Dane cross. So what he was crossed with, I don't know. Maybe my brother doesn't even know. Because sometimes dogs are bitzer. You know what I mean? So yeah. American Bulldog. I don't like American Bulldogs. I love British Bulldogs. I always wanted the British Bulldog, but apparently, number one, they're very expensive. They're about $3,000 to $4,000 Australian, if not more now. And they can't naturally birth, so they cost you, a lot in vet bills and stuff if you want to breed them. Not that I want to breed dogs. I don't believe in breeding dogs like puppy mills and all that. I don't, believe in doing that. Like if an animal has puppies and you can save them, why not? But if they're not having them naturally and just being locked up in a cage or rooms or something, just puppy milling, I disagree with that. I think it's cruel. Or artificial insemination. You know what I mean? Not even I guess you could take your dog over and mate it with another dog if you wanted puppies. But I just don't think. Yeah. I think one of the most loyal dogs I ever family dog was Tammy. She was a black and white shepherd. Border collie, not shepherd. Border collie. She was a black and white border collie. And people say, oh, but border collies are only black. No, they come in other colours too. Believe it or not, border collies do come in a brown colour as well. So she was black and white, and she looked more like a bull terrier. Oh wow, fatso, nice dinkum. Yeah, I wanted the bull terrier too. I always wanted the bull terrier with the little nose, and the black patch over the eye. The white ones with the black patch, like the little rascal. Well, that wasn't a bulldog, but sorry, that wasn't a bull terrier, but it reminded me of a bull terrier. You shared a picture on Discord. I just heard Discord go. Yeah. I can't open Discord at the moment. I can't open WhatsApp on my computer either for some reason. Yeah, it's a banana nose. Yeah. I reckon they're cute. I reckon they're so cute. They're in a quite. I think they're banned. Are they banned now? Are they banned? They're banned now. I think the bull terriers are banned now. Oh no, pit bulls. Pit bull terriers are banned. Like I don't know if they do it in the UK, but over here they not so much. It still happens. It still happens. Believe me, it still happens. Out in the sticks, it still happens. Even outside of my town, it still happens. They used to do dog fighting. Yeah, like it's been phased out. Pig dogs, I don't mind a pig dog because they're only going after a wild boar. So, and wild boars in Australia, they're not natives. They're destructive beasts. They kill wildlife, vegetation, fauna, flora, and natural fauna, and they're very destructive. And they breed like all buggery. They piglets, a lot of piglets. Sure, they're still called piglets, even though they're a boar. Pig dog. But yeah, they do get hurt too. I've been out. I've been out with people pig shooting, which they actually do eat the boar. I'm not a big fan of wild boar meat. It's pretty gamey, very very strong taste. Still pig taste, but still very strong. Wild pig taste. And one of his dogs got gouged by the tusks. Wild boars have got big tusks on them, and they can bite you too. They can bite pretty hard too. He got gouged. He survived. He just had to get some stitches. In his hind leg. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I've been going 55 minutes. Probably knock it on the head soon. As I said, it wasn't a planned live. Just wanted to let people know where I am, that I'm okay, that Gingy's back after his little adventure. Are you yawning at me? Hey? What? I had to, the next morning I woke up and I quickly ran out to lounge, and I thought, fuck, that was a dream. There had to be a dream. And I walked out and I couldn't find him. I went, and my heart sank. I went, oh, fuck, it was a dream. And then he sat down and he went, ow. I went, fuck, it was a dream. Yeah, you do. Yeah. So he's, my mate's got this chest guard, like it goes over. It's like a harness type of thing. Yeah, he's got like a harness thing that goes over, and he's even got these things that protect the eyes and all that, because obviously when these dogs are chasing after a pig, they don't stop. They'll gouge themselves on sticks. They'll run into the bush. They're just thirsty. They've got out for that. They salivate for that pig. Yeah. So he's got one for it. Yeah. But a lot of dogs have come off worse from them. The pigs are really strong. The bulls are really strong, especially when they've got young ones too. If they've got babies, oh my goodness, they'll destroy anything that comes close to them. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, just let everyone know I'm okay. Sorry to all the members that there hasn't been any content. I have had to take a back seat to YouTube for a bit. Even lives. I think I was in John's chat a bit the other day. So yeah. So yeah. Got a bowl there. What's that? Oh, that was my chips I had when I got home. Had a bowl of chips with curry. Very nice indeed. But yeah, so I will get on to something. I'm working on something. Maybe I'll do a post to the members so they can see what I'm actually working on. I'm doing something that that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and Barry was very much inspiration for this one. So all kudos to Barry for that. So but I'm going a different direction to what Barry was doing. So Barry was going to do a very similar thing, but it was completely different to how I'm doing it. So mine's more obviously my channel based comparative to what Barry does. So I look forward to watching Barry when he does the lives with his gimbal, working it out and all the rest of it. So obviously he's got good weather there now. Don't stress about it. We'll always be here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, look, as I said, like even to the point where the virtual hands coming through the screen as I talk now, Barry going, slap it, shut up. But, even to the point where I thought I haven't put any content out for the last month, and it's been a month. I actually did have to look at it, and it was a month, and I thought I'm going to have to. I honestly I thought about saying, beside that, and no offense, but the people I gave the memberships to, you got it for free, so you're not actually paying for it. But the people who actually are paying for it, I actually felt like I want to give them, their monthly feedback, just to, like if they give me their bank account details, I'll just give them this month's back so they can, obviously recoup their costs, because obviously they've paid for something they haven't received the goods. I don't want to be held accountable. Like, obviously didn't expect things to go south as they did the last week. And I have been working on something that the members will see first, and probably, so hopefully, it's taking me a long time to do it, because as Barry said, and Laura, I can hear Laura and Barry, not Cleisha's very biased. She was, oh, you're doing great. It's great. It's awesome. She never criticized anything I do. She's, yep, it's great. It's great. It's it's awesome. It's she's my best fan. Do you know what I mean? It's really funny. But sometimes you just need to be told, hey, it's not good. Hey, that sucks. Even the microphone. You know what I mean? Like, I know it annoys the crap out of Matt too, because Matt's a perfectionist, like most people are. They don't like their sound going and video going, and things not working. And it's not very. It's sort of embarrassing when the microphone fades out. But it just shows, at the end of the day, it just shows we're human, I guess. And I don't think any less of Matt or Jackie or anybody else who's You gave Barry a shout out for Sunday's premiere of The Villa. Why's that? What was The Villa? Was that Hello at Home now? Hello at Home. You're no longer lost in South Oz. Now you're home. Joking. You know what? Laugh at your own jokes, even if no one else does. But I am working on something. I can't really share as much as I want to. It's a lot of work. It's a lot more work than what I thought it would be. But it'll all work out when it comes to thing. Was it St. Kilda? Killer. Okay. Now I'm reading it correctly. Sorry. I keep saying St. Kilda. So St. Kilda is in Melbourne. And St. Killer. St. Killer. I've never heard of that place. Sneak peek for you, Danny. Well, you've actually shared for everybody else too. You know that. Oh, it is Kilda. There is so it is St. Kilda. I thought, oh gosh. Is there a St. Kilda in Melbourne as well? Or is St. Kilda in South Australia only? I have to Google this. Where's my phone? Hey Google, where are you? Are you there? I live in a house built of pixels. Look now, pretty, isn't it? Fucking idiot. Hey Google, is there a St. Kilda? Oh no, obviously. Shut up. No. Hey Google, where is St. Kilda in South Australia? Okay. Cool. Hey Google, is there a St. Kilda in Melbourne? Okay. Wow. And you know what's really funny? They're both on this pretty much. It's both on the pretty much same part of the state if you look at it. Wow. How funny is that? St. Kilda, St. Kilda. That would be very confusing if they had an AFL team there, wouldn't it? They'd be like St. Oh yeah, this one, I cannot tell you how much work is this one. It is, and I wish it was just pointing a camera. The research on this is phenomenal. Like it started off where I went to Chat GPT and I said, "Hey, Chat GPT, I want to do this. Can you help me with this?" And it started rattling off stuff saying blah 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 blah. And I sat there and I went, "Okay, I got the idea now. I'm going to work it from there." Because Barry said something to me, and I listened to Barry. Barry might not be the biggest YouTuber or the urban exploration or even on the same journey as mine, but he does have a knowledge of what I do, and he actually helps me out. So he gives me critiques about what I do, same as Laura. And I'm happy for you guys to critique me as well. Like, I'm very happy. Like, even constructive criticism is welcomed. I will say that 100%. Constructive criticism is always welcome. If you say to me, "Hey, that video was great, but it was too long," that tells me that I need to shorten my videos or split them up, maybe make a part 1, part 2. Like, I thought about it. I really did think about it when I was doing the cyclone videos, because unless you're from here, you're not really going to understand the certain things I was saying or pointing out. Obviously Dinkum would know exactly which part of the world I'm in. He knows exactly because he has some family not very far from me. Well, I don't know. He's got in-laws. It's a joke. It's a joke. What's the difference between in-laws and outlaws? Outlaws are wanted. Boom, boom, boom. I'm here all week. Try the seafood, but he would know exactly where it is, whether it interests him or not. That's the thing. But he would, So, it's funny. It's funny. I might have honestly ran into your outlaws at some stage, because I did live in that town for 2 years. I lived the town. Obviously, I'm not going to say it, but I lived at that town name with the waters on the end of it. So I lived where the town name with waters in the background. So yeah, I lived down that way. Yeah. Yeah. So who knows? I might have. It's a very small town. It's only got an IGA and a pub, bottle shop, IGA bottle shop, and a few other little stores now. So they were going to build a Woolworths at one stage there, but they got blocked. But yeah, but like even saying, look, that would have been better as a couple of parts. Yeah, you know what I mean. So because but to me, I enjoy watching long videos. Sometimes I enjoy watching long videos. Because sometimes I can put them on and I can have them running in the background and watch them, and obviously I can follow some YouTubers that are long videos, as long as they're not bullshitting. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind laughing, joking, having a bit of banter in it. That's fine. But I don't like the fakeness. I don't like fake. I don't like people trying to pretend they know what they're talking about. So, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to do a documentary style, because that's what they are pretty much. Like, if you're doing a really long explore, it's like a documentary because you're explaining certain things. If you don't know your knowledge, you know what I mean. And we obviously know the YouTubers that sort of do it for the views, and there's people that actually do it because they actually enjoy doing what they do and they actually want to get a point across. So, like, I'm not here for a quick buck. Well, at the moment, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, my current project is taking me, for one episode, for one episode, if I can call it that. It's taken me a week because you just have to go down that rabbit hole and you have to research it. You have to make sure that the content is correct, the information is correct. You have to fact check it because no one wants to sit there and say, "Hey, look, this is what it is." If it isn't, because you don't want to be doing the video again later on or anything else like that. So I'm a perfectionist. I guess I've never been diagnosed ADHD, so I don't call myself ADHD. But I believe I have the traits of an ADHD person. So, like I do, double check doors are locked and everything, and I prefer the full video from A to B instead of clips. The best bits takes days to render. Never mind editing for it. Yeah, you are correct. You are correct, and I don't mind a bit of editing because obviously you've got to take something. You got to take some things out sometimes. Sometimes you have to take certain things out, like Dinkum's mentioned it several times. He's actually had to endure watching videos where they've been raw, and people have had to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not too guilty of that because I generally do stop the camera. But I'm guilty that if I do have the 360 camera on the top of my head, strapped to the top of my head helmet, I wear a helmet when I wear it. If it's strapped there, I forget about it. I totally forget about the camera being up there, and I've actually gone to the bathroom. And when I've actually gone to the 360 footage to edit to make it into a two-dimensional, you make it a sort of a two-dimensional video. You sort of what do they call that? They call that something. Anyway, you make it. You take it out of 360 and make it into a normal video. You have to cut out, when you're going to the bathroom because no one needs to see my winky going to the bathroom. Yeah. And obviously, they'll probably get you a strike on YouTube. So yeah. But yeah, but it's taken a lot, and because I'm so someone gave me a title the other day, and I actually do like it. I actually do. Hey Teddy, how are you? Yeah, I actually am going to adopt this into my psychic now because I believe they call me a social historian. So that's what I think I am. I believe I'm a social historian, which means I'm not a historical figure. I'm not a historian, but I'm a social historian, which means I have an understanding of history, and I'm learning about history. And I'm becoming old. I'm 47 years of age, so I'm becoming old enough to now realize that I've been alive for 47 years of my life. I've seen some things that many haven't seen. I've seen some things that people should have never seen. But I'm proud of the things I've done. Yeah, you are correct. You are correct. But see, it's really funny. It's really funny how we sit and we say to watch a video over 30, about 30, yeah, you are right. The 30 minutes is the sweet spot. I'm not much into reading the analytics on YouTube, but they do send them to me, and they give me advice, and they sit there. I think Tuber Buddy gives you advice too. They turn around and say that video should have been Turbex. Yeah. So Jordan's always gonna be the Turbex. Turbex. Yeah. Progression is key. The more videos you do, the more adventurous you become editing and narrating. Yeah. Turbex. You should patent that. Honestly thinking you should get you how funny would that be? How funny would it be? I'm probably gonna get shot for this, but it'd be funny. Right, Dinkum. Imagine a t-shirt like the Durex, the Durex symbol, like the lettering that the Durex condoms have that lettering and have it in Turdbecks, and just like put it on a t-shirt and just have like a silhouette of a turd in the background, and just get one made for Matt, Jordan, and Luke. And when they go out, they're gonna wear it. Just walk up and go Turdbecks. And just imagine having stickers. Go to public toilets and just putting a sticker there that says Turdbecks was here. Turdbecks was here. Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them on Discord. They were funny. It'll be funny. Imagine that. Shit doesn't happen. Turdbecks. You know. Oh, geez, I get in trouble if I say that. Oh no. Imagine you. Yeah, imagine you had a good old curry. It'd be a turbanix. Turbanix. A shit the shape of a turban. Sorry. Oh. Oh no. Fresh turd. Turd off the ass. Freshly laid Jordan egg. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, I do need to be more consistent. And like, if you haven't checked out Bridget's stuff, please do check it out. Lost in South Oz, and I think you've also done another channel. It's you can drop your link if you wish, Bridget. You're mod. You can do that. But yeah. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, King of the Moist Holes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I still reckon you should get a T-shirt that says "Go in dry, come out moist." Yeah, but yeah. I have thought about merchandise, but I'm not talking about the merchandise. I'm not going to become the I don't want to buy my merch, this new merch, buy merch, But yeah. I thought about it. I thought about just getting a couple of t-shirts made, just to have something on them. I'm still trying to get my feet around something because someone's given me really good advice about my channel logo, about what it could be, and this person is a First Nations person. So they're a First Nations person. So commonly known as an Aboriginal, but they like to be called First Nation now. The Indigenous people. So they actually gave me some feedback on something that I could do that would still be respectful for both sides of the coins, because I have to realize that there's Bridget's channel, so Lost in Oz now, Lost in Oz Down Under, not to be confused with Down Under. I'm not going to say what someone said to me. It was quite rude. They actually wrote a really rude comment. It got blocked because of what they said, but yeah, they took Dan Under and turned it into Downy Under, and I went, what the hell? Like, yeah, if it was someone that I knew, it probably would have been funny, but it wasn't. It was someone being an absolute turd. But yeah, I have to realise that Australia has a lot more history than just the white fella's history. So, but fair play to us. Like Dinkin can probably say the same thing. He's brought up in Australia too. So, like he went to school in Australia. So obviously we weren't taught about stuff. Even now, it's very hard to find out about the blackfella stuff. And I say blackfella as in not a derogative term, by the way. So, blackfella to me is just blackfella. And I'm a white fella, so to them, I'm a white fella. You know, they're not calling me, you know, a white fella to be derogative. They call you a whitey, yeah. You know, if I was to call them blackies or they call me whiteys, that's a derogative term. That's when it becomes derogative. But a black fella, they call themselves black fellas. They go, I'm a black fella. I've grown. I've lived in Lightning Ridge. You know, I lived in Lightning Ridge. You know, I've worked in you know. I just gone blank. Moree. I did cotton chipping in Moree. You know, the weeds in the cotton fields. I did cotton chipping, weed chipping, and weed chipping in cotton fields. Yeah, in Moree. So I was around a lot of black fellas, and you know, they're really nice people. My brother lived in Ulara, so my brother lived not far from the Rock. So Ayers Rock, or now known as Uluru. He lived in Ulara. He worked for the bus company up there. What was it? AAT Kings. He works for the AAT Kings coach company up there. So, you know, again, we and I was friends. I grew up with a lot of Indigenous people around me. I went to school with them and all the rest of it. So I'm pretty, you know, I'm not saying I'm one of them, but I'm pretty close to them, and I do respect, you know. And they don't get involved in all this other crap about, you know, what's going on in Australia with certain things. They're not really interested. They're just happy to be, you know, enjoy what we do. You know, they like doing what we do. So, you know, I yeah, but we never learned. I learned a lot about them. Do you like to take still photos? I do a lot of photos on Instagram. Yeah. Be back after TED Live is over with. Yeah, well, I might not be here, Beanie. I'm gonna drop off very soon because it's 16:48, so it's almost dinner time. He's been fed. He's fine. He's on his phone asleep. He's been fed. His belly's full. That's the cat. My belly's not full yet, so I'm gonna have something to eat. Oh, you're taking photographs. Cool. I know. I should look. I take a lot of photographs too. Trouble is, I don't really want to put them on the Instagram because as soon as I put them on Instagram, I don't put the videos out. You know, it sort of takes away from the video. So I would like to coincide the you know. But yeah. So anyway, I'm looking forward to doing some more stuff. I am going to do some stuff. Look, I don't have that many. I haven't got that many members. Not that numbers is important, but like to do a live stream for members, you know, like sort of, you know, the big YouTubers, when they do a members live stream, they're going to have 15, 20, if not more people in there. Not to say I'm not going to do it, because I will do it. If you all want to do it, I'll do it. I'll do a members only live stream where it's only going to be members. The only trouble is it's going to be you guys and only you guys. No one else can come. Even if I send the link out, no one else can come. It does restrict it to just the members. So you're just going to be talking, which is pretty much my chat at the moment. So you could pretty much say this is a members chat. You know, besides Beanie and like, you know, about maybe three or four people in the chat. Everyone else is a member. So yeah. But yeah, I am working hard. I'm working extremely hard. I got to, as I said, the Luxness goes for a e-safety check, for also known as a pink slip, on Tuesday. Hopefully it passes rego. The only thing I'm concerned about is the tires, because my tires that I have, the tires I have on my steel, the steel rims are a bit on the borderline of almost not passing rego. They're not illegal per se, but they might knock them back. So I do have a set of alloys that I have as spare. They've got perfect tires on, like they're brand new. They're brand new tires. I just don't like the alloy rims, even though they're probably better on the road. I just like that steel rim look. nothing beats a steel rim look. They're a lot stronger too. And if you go off road, if you've got alloy rims, they're going to be RS by no time. As soon as you hit a couple of rocks, etc., they're going to be dinged up, scratched up pretty well. So the steel rims can take a bit of a beating. And they look better. They look better on the truck. They look way better. So, yeah. I just realised my car's in the back of that picture. My old car. Yeah, I could do a members chat. Members only chat. Yeah. I guess I can do that. I can organise that. I just have to organise when I've got time off. We've got an event up here next weekend. It's Cooley Rocks. So I actually might go there. I might actually go there and film. And I might actually go up there weather dependent because I'm off the whole weekend. So I might actually go up there and maybe I might do some live streaming from there. Wrecking Yard might have a good one, maybe. Oh no, I don't need any. I've got heaps of rims. I don't need rims. Yeah, I don't need rims, Bridget. I've got 2 sets of rims. I just don't want to put my it's a pain in the ass to change rims because my car's so high. Even though it's a standard lift, it's still high enough that you have to jack it up, and I don't have like a garage where I am. I've just got like a carport and it's dirt, so it's gravel dirt, so I can't really change them. I have to change them down the local shopping centre. So if the guy does happen to knock me back for it, I'm just gonna what I might do is I might just chuck the old rims in it, the old rims with the new tires on them, and I'll just say to him, "Oh look, they're the tires. I'm going to put them on. I'll just say I'm going to put them on after I leave." Or if you want, charge me $40, change the rims, change the wheels over, and then pass me rego. You know what I mean? So they're pretty good though. My car's pretty good. So these became up tires. So I've known them a while. So and my son works for them. So yeah. So they're pretty much Australia wide type of thing. So yeah. That was weird. I said a glitch. Is my autofocus on? It is. Yeah. Nah. It's too much. Honestly, it's so hard, Bridge. It's so hard. Like my car. Okay, so to jack my car up, it's more than that. Like that's like to jack my car up, I have to find a piece of wood, put my drum jack down. I have to take it down the local shopping centre to use the flat car park and then bloody do it. But if I have them in the back, of the ute, I'll just say, "Hey, look, I'm just going to change them over. Sorry, didn't have time." Well, I don't really have time because it's pissing down rain and I can't change it. I won't be able to change them now because it's pissing down rain. But yeah, you probably are right. I'm probably, my spidey senses are saying do something. I should do it. I should do it before I go. Not do the heartache of not passing. Last time the guy wasn't going to pass me for the bloody mud flaps because it's illegal. Because this nah, not me. They wouldn't charge me that much. Honestly, I know the guys there. Like they're literally like I work in the same complex as they are, so we see each other all the time. We all look after each other at our wall. If they want to get something, we hook them up. Yeah. Anyway, in 20 minutes of me bullshitting along. I don't know if I'm going to leave this up or not. Like I need to watch hours, but like I have the subscriber count now. As Frank calls me, I'm a subscriber whore, whore of subscribers, something. I do have a bit of rust. I do have a bit of surface rust on it, but they work. But my wipers work really well. They're Bosch. I got Bosch wipers on it. They're really, really good wipers. They want to be. They are $90 each. But they work really well. They don't. That my old wipers used to go. Brrr, brrr. These ones don't. Even in the dry. Even if I put it on dry, they just smooth. They're just really smooth. As I said, the only things that I think they might pick me up on would be my tires, possibly. I've got oil leaks, but I'm gonna degrease the motor. I always degrease the motor. Like we replaced the rear main seal. Like maybe I should have jacked up the motor and changed my sump gasket whilst I was at it, but that we didn't have time to do it. But look, all cars leak oil. I don't give a shit what car it is. They all leak oil. It's a combustion engine, not a blow up engine. Do you know what I mean? It's going to leak oil. It's a motor. It's going to leak a little bit. Yeah, no. But when I say mine's rusty, like I live semi-coastal. Like I've just done all the driving around for the cyclone, and obviously during that time there was salt water blowing off onto the car. So obviously it copped a bit of salt water in that time. But rust, it's pretty good. I do have a tiniest, and I'm talking the tiniest bit of rust. Like it's probably the most smallest bit of rust I've ever seen on a car in my life at this age, because it's a '97 model. It's a tiniest, so I'm basically just going to get straight onto that with some rust converter, and I'll book it in to get the rust treated. They'll probably only grind it out. They'll probably honestly, the rust is probably big enough that they could use a Dremel, put a Dremel on, go, and that's it. It's done. The rust is gone, and they just fill it up. Either on the ground or out the tailpipe. But yes, they all leak oil. Yeah, they do. That's the thing. People need to realise they do leak oil. It's a combustion motor, not a blow up motor. Like it's like I've rebuilt a motor. I rebuilt an Isuzu motor from the ground up. I rebuilt it. Wow. You got to get on top of that, and a lot of people have to realize that they have a lot of if you get a lot of like snow, if you get snow or ice on your car, you got to attend to that, because that can harbor rust too. Because if your car's wet for long periods of time, the water gets on your car, it expands and obviously gets in the parts of your car that it might not normally get into, and obviously the water just pools in there, and it mud, leaves. Like I've got rail. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do have blow up cars. Yeah. I seen a couple of cars blow up. I seen the turbochargers explode them, or the superchargers explode at drag meets. It's not. Yeah. Well. What was it 1700? I've got to work again. It's at 05:30 tomorrow morning. So, yeah, it's been nice chatting to everybody. Thank you for watching and sharing and cheering me up and listening to my daughters just sent me a snap. Wonder what that is. Hey, Connor, how are you? Yeah, I'm just about to end it, Connor. I noticed. I noticed Connor went live. He said he went live on. If I think you're the same Connor, you're Frank's friend, Connor. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Look. Hey. Next time, like obviously I'm in Australia, so obviously I think I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if I dreamed it or not. I don't know because I obviously you know I hope the ones that are close to me don't think that I'm I haven't been ignoring anybody because I haven't been. I had to take it out because it just was like a domino effect. It was like you know the inspection, then it was the cat getting out, then it was my future daughter-in-law's horse passing away or having to be put down, then it's my brother's thing to be put down, then it's on top of that I've got work, and then I've got I've been thinking about YouTube and how much of the backlog of videos I have to watch because I get alerts for all the people I'm subscribed to. I get alerts for, so I've gone through. Now I've picked my favorite 30 people that I'm only going to get alerts for, and that's it. So, and everyone that has a channel in this chat that actually puts videos out, you're on that list. I'm being honest, hand on heart. So, yeah, but like Bridget, keep it up because you guys are going great guns, and I'm telling you, I honestly feel for you guys because you should be somewhere else. Like your videos are like here, and people are here. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you're up here. I don't like. I've had my channel since 2021, and it's 2024, so 4 years now. Fucking hell. I don't like the weather's just been shit here. Like no one wants to watch me drive in the rain 100 times. We had a couple of great days of sunshine, but I had to spend it indoors cleaning. So, and then Friday was a write off because obviously I was pining over Gingy. I know I'm a big kid. I'm a big blubber mess when it comes to him, but yeah. Yeah, onward and upwards, yeah. Like I do have 1,188 subscribers now, so I've gained 4 subscribers since the subscriber gate. So 4, and I'm generally I've got 10 people in the house. Whether a few lurkers, so be it. But yeah. But like, you know what? I really I did watch your video the other day. I did give it a thumbs up. I haven't made a comment yet because if I'm at work, I don't make comments when I'm at work. I don't know what it is. Why I don't. It's not because I don't want people to know where I work or anything like that, because I know that doesn't come up. That information doesn't come up. It's just that I get sidetracked. I'll watch it in my lunch break, and then I've got to go. My lunch break is finished. I could get sometimes half an hour for lunch, sometimes I get an hour for lunch. And if it's a half an hour, obviously I only get to watch half the video, and then I forget about commenting. But I always give it a thumbs up because the thumbs up is what's going to count. That's an engagement. That's an engagement to show that I'm enjoying your videos, so therefore it'll recommend you more. So it'll come. You'll be even though I'm subscribed to you guys, I'm subscribed to Lost in South Wales, both your channels. But it was really good. It was really good how you explained, and I love the fact that you are engaging your audience. You know, Yeah, I do too. I do, Bridget. I do too. Treat you like a friend. Yes, I do, and I do understand that. Like I do agree. You do. Um, I'm. I guess it's another part of ADHD that I think the belief that I might have ADHD. So ADHD is not me. I'm not going to use it as an excuse when it, like if I do something wrong, it's me. Either I'm an asshole, I've done something wrong. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm ADHD or I'm this and that. I'm not going to put label on it just to get out of things. But um, I've got to reply to Bridget, or I've got to watch that video, and I've got to make a comment. I know in my head I've got to make a comment. Then I just, oh, butterfly, or oh, fly running there, or oh, oil on the ground. Something I get very easily sidetracked. As you can see, I've probably been sidetracked so many times in this. I don't have my wingman here. I don't have Barry here. Barry's not here to ground me and keep me on track. Yeah. I don't know what Barry's up to, whether he's sleeping or working or doing something else. I don't know. But if you're watching, Barry, love you, mate. Do truly love you, mate. Not a gay way, not a secret reach around. The secret group. Yeah. But yeah, like, and ditto for anyone here too. Like, I'm always squirrels. What? Squirrel moments. Right, I'm off to smell you later. Smell that. Actually, I will say something about smell you later. Is I did happen to watch Frank and John having fart offs. It was like the dueling farts, the dueling arsehole. Not saying, sorry, this might sound wrong. I'm not calling them assholes. So if anyone's clipping this or watching this and think I'm calling them assholes, no. I'm saying the dueling assholes. The dueling assholes, because they'll both go. It was really funny. Yeah, it's funny. Something so childish. We laugh at that. I remember we used to laugh at it as kids, and then we got told off. Don't laugh at that. It's rude. So you sort of went, okay. Anyway, yeah. Well, I guess. Oh shit. That's it. It was fart fest, man. It literally was a fart fest. They were just farting. I think Frank said he had kebab meat, and he goes, "Oh, this kebab meat, I ate again to the morning." And I think John did. I actually was a bit upset because I was going to go home and save the live stream and then just extract the farts. And I was gonna make a video. I was gonna but anyway. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm rambling again. Squirrel moments. Yep. Yeah, thanks for sharing this time with me. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be live again with some people. I'm gonna go have some dinner now because when I do the morning shifts, it's very hard for me to motivate myself to do much. So I sort of just come home, sort of veg out as much as I can because I'll be in bed by around about 8 o'clock tonight. So because I've got to get up again 4 o'clock. So yeah. So yeah, 8, maybe 9. I don't know, maybe even 10. Who knows? About 5 hours seems to be my sweet spot. No, it's fine, Bridget. It's fine. It's really fine. It's fine. It really is. I look. You are pumping out stuff that I should be doing. I should be doing so the videos are like, and when I say this respectfully, I'm at the level now where I have to pump out videos, if that makes sense. I now have people paying money to be my members. You know, they're paying for memberships, so they're paying, whether it be only $2 something a month, that's fine, but still, that's $2 that you know they're not getting what they pay for, and it does irk me because that's not what I'm about. So I am going to devote a lot of time. I'm gonna reveal a lot more things to other members. So you don't have to be a member. If you want to be a member, that's fine. If you're not, you're not. The content will always be free on my channel. You don't have to be a member to see it. It'll always be members first. That's how I'm going to run it. There's going to be members first, unless I get some really high tier people that I actually have to promise. I promise them a bit more. But obviously, I don't want people to keep upgrading their memberships because it's, you know, they have thinking they have to, because you don't have to. You know what I mean? Of course not. Like, it's, you know, everyone works hard, and it's, you know, the cost of living sucks. It sucks big time. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And I said, any money that I make on YouTube, I'm going to yeah. Yeah. Gosh, now I feel now I have to get something out. I really do, because I think you Barry, mate. Oh no, I'm not sure. I think it's you. Kalisha's definitely on the highest thing. I'm not sure. I think Barry might be too. I haven't checked the memberships. I don't jump on YouTube every day checking the analytics. It's not interesting to me. Like, I'll watch the analytics on a video just because I want to know what people are looking for, because it actually I watch my weekly roundup. So it shows me how many people are watching stuff, what's the favorite video, what they're paying, what's the you know, what are people searching for, that's type of stuff. So, but I'm not going to make a video on how to build a house out of playing cards, because it doesn't interest me. Even though I could probably get 1 million views on that short, you know, I'm not going to do it, because it's just not in line with what I want to do. I'm always going to do what I want to do, but feedback about what I do is good, because if you say, as you say, if something, if you say to me, hey, look, that video was great, but there was no music, please put some music in. It would be nice to have breakup musical. You didn't talk in this video. All you did was walk and it was silent. That's, you know, like, it was really, you know, I don't like watching videos if no one's narrating. Yeah, when I first started exploring, I used to get upset with people talking. So yeah. And rightly so too, Bridget. You know what? You guys are lucky too, because you've got, like, you know, a big state too, because, you know, you have a lot of your stuff is close by too. Whereas in most of my stuff happens in Sydney. Like, I could do if I was living in Sydney, I could do a lot more explaining. You know, drone footage of beaches. Yes, definitely, 100%, 100%. That is okay. Done. We'll do. Weather permitted, as obviously Gareth will find out very soon too, that it's very hard to do drone footage when the rain comes in or wind. It's just like, even my mate said to me today, he goes, "Oh, what are you doing tomorrow?" And I said, "I'm working." He goes, "Oh, okay." I said, "But it's going to rain anyway." He goes, "Yeah, can't drone." Because he's got the FPV drone, so he's got the powerful drone. So yeah. We'll see. I've got the Gold Coast Airport, so I've got the Gold Coast Airport, and because I'm coastal, also in my hometown, I've got an airport, not a major airport, but an airport that they use to yeah, we have a lot of no-fly zones. Well, I have mine's. It's a yellow zone here. It's not a red zone. It's a yellow zone, which means it's a, or whatever the light pink, the light red one, the very light red one, which means I'm allowed to fly, but I have to be mindful that there might be farmers flying up there spraying their fields, chemicals to kill off the bugs off their sugarcane and other stuff. So anyway, I've rambled on a long time that I should not. Always wet and well as I was flying from the river balcony last night. Wow. Like Gareth, keep going, man. Like I love drone footage. Like wow. Bloody hell. Wow. There's the Harbin Bridge. Because I know I've flown. Yeah, I got not told off, but I got reprimanded for flying close to a military base. I didn't realize. Well, they can't really stop you flying near a military base. Like they'll try and scare you, but if you fly into a military base, that's a different story. Do you know what I mean? Or if you try to at least. So yeah. Members only drone footage. Okay, all right. How about this? We'll see. It's pretty hard because I'm by myself and I use my phone to fly the drone. So I can't really live stream it unless I set up one of the other cameras. But I will. But listen, I'm definitely going to try. I'm definitely going to try and do a video next week of Cooley Rocks. It's on next weekend, the long weekend, the King's birthday in New South Wales. I'll try and do that. I might do a live stream from there, but the trouble is there will be a lot of people there, and there'll be a lot of music there. So it might be very loud, and I might get a copyright claim or strike because of the background music. But here for a biscuit. How's that? Oh, sorry. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go. Yeah, be good to each other. Love to you all. Thank you for your support as always. I don't even know what my catchphrase is anymore. What's my catchphrase? Somebody tell me my catchphrase. What's my catchphrase? All right. Here's my catchphrase. Keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep hunting history. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Ta.